Glad you're here. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Puerto Rico. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Cheers. I hope you made a fresh cup of coffee because you're gonna need it. We're gonna rock and roll and have some fun today. Come on, lift your cup to all my friends. Come on, cheers to you. Yep, I see you guys. Now the rest of you are slacking. I don't see coffee cups in your hands. We will forgive you. Hopefully, I did pound a glass of water before I had this. So yeah, there's the water. There, Rose. I see your water. You're off the hook. Craig Nash, you got no coffee, you got no water. Come on, baby. What's up with that? You are branded. He's got an EXP logo, so you're off the hook. Vincent St. Louis has no coffee, no water, or brand. What the heck, Vincent? What's your deal? Yep. I see, Carolyn. It looks like a paint can with a hook on it, man. That's some serious coffee there. All right. Well, all right, Craig, you get your smart water. All right. You guys are amazing. Hey, Clark, how are you? Good to see you. And it looks like Melanie's backdrop has water on it, like it's raining. That's kind of funny. I don't know what that is, but it's good. All right. I am ready to have some fun here today, man. Good to see you guys. So I hope you have stacks of notepads. I have them just all over the place. I am the yellow notepad king. To me, the day is sexy if you have a cup of coffee, notepad, and a pen. Life gets good for me then. Kevin Ma, what's going on, man? Good to see you there. You handsome devil. Good to see you. I like the kind of the turtleneck, sophisticated James Bond look. I don't know what that is, but you're looking good, man.
Yeah, we have a cold day here in New York. That's why.
Nine. Where are you? Where are you, Kevin?
Yeah, I wish we're in New York.
New York. It's a cold day in New York.
It's a cold day today. Yeah, I know. I wish I can be
today.
I can be with you. You know, I wanted to come visit you.
Well, come on out, man. I bumped into a couple on their honeymoon here, so I bought them dinner.
Really?
I'm walking by and they're like, Brent Gove. And I'm like, I didn't know who they were, but they were on their honeymoon and somewhere in the plaza.
My son was there last weekend attending a wedding. Yeah, maybe I forgot. I should send him to go visit you in Puerto Rico.
I would love that, man. People reach out all the time. Tonight, so those of you that are in Puerto Rico family, we're in the plaza tonight. We're having dinner at Pure Vida, which means the life, the good life. And we're with Kevin and Shelly Johnson, my neighbors. We're with Sheila Fairshran, my sponsor. And we're celebrating the 30th year wedding anniversary of this couple who just landed. They just landed right now. What are their names? Jean and Susan Frederick. Anybody heard of that couple? Jean and Susan Frederick, I believe that's their names. Yeah, I think they're EXP agents. And
I think so too.
He might have been on the board of EXP, and he might have like 80,000 people in his group.
Yes.
But we're all having dinner tonight. That's what it's like here. Come on, Jared. Why don't you visit me? Like, what's up? Why aren't you? What's
Okay, let's go. Yeah,
get out here, Frank Crandall. I miss you, baby. All right. So everyone write this down today. We're going to get into the meat. I'm super excited to share this with you. This is a note-taking day. So I believe this to be true after my 40 years in sales. In life, you're either a wandering generality or a meaningful specific. And I think we all go into those moments where we're kind of wandering, have a lot of clarity, then you're very focused. And then you're kind of wandering again, and God, I gotta focus. Then you focus. So Zig Ziglar taught me that 40 years ago when I was washing dishes and I first got into sales at 19. He said, you're either a wandering generality, life is mainly full of wandering generalities, or meaningful specifics. But if you can make the shift, you can make the transfer into becoming a meaningful specific, then it's game over. So cool. So everyone write this down. What's the one thing, not 30 things, not 20 things, not 10 things, because you write down 20 things and you do nothing. What's the one thing that's going to move the needle the most in your life this year? I'll say it again. I want you to, what comes to your mind? What's the one thing that'll move the needle the most this year in your life? And so I you notice I didn't say real estate, because I think some of you need to work on your marriage. Some of you need to save the relationship with your 15-year-old daughter. You don't even know. She's off doing things you wish she wasn't doing, or your 15-year-old son. And that is far more important than any business goal you'll hit this year. You can't get the genie back in the bottle sometimes on this stuff, or your husband or your wife or your dad. You haven't talked to your dad in 10 years, your mom. There's relationships. What is holding you back? Like, what's the one thing? Maybe it's financial. That's it. Cut up all the credit cards and get out of debt. Live like a pauper, like eat top ramen for a year. Like, enough is enough, Well, I deserve to drive my SUV. And you're in debt. It's like, maybe you need to deny yourself and suck it up. And so a year and a half ago, I went through my business and made 85 cuts. And then I made another 70. I probably made 160 expense cuts to my business. And I didn't have to do it. I could totally keep spending all that money. But guess what? It brought more peace. I have less of a nut to carry forward. And so I want to encourage you go through and what is essential and what is not essential, then cut what is not essential. You can do more with less. Write that down. It's a business principle. Write it down. Do more with less. Don't give real estate more time. Give real estate less time. Focus used to be very meaningful. You can be a wanted generality when you can work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't need to work right. You can start at 10 o'clock tonight. You can wake up at your desk at 2 or 3 in the morning. Why do I know that? Because that used to be me. I can't tell you how many Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturdays, I'd wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning at my desk at Remax. I'd literally fall asleep at midnight, wake up at 1 or 2 in the morning and go home. Because I didn't have boundaries. And I hated that word in 2010 when I used to meet with our psychologist, our Christian counselor. He talked about boundaries. I just want to choke him out. Oh my God, you sound ridiculous. Boundaries. But I didn't have any. I was willing to work like a dog, like an absolute madman. So here's the deal. I still think you should be a cave woman or a caveman. But when you work, you work. And when you play, you play. And I think, well, that's easy for you to say. No. I have golfed every Friday morning for 25 years, whether I had money or didn't have money. I learned to kind of have balance in the 5 areas of my life. You can't have balance. I think you can. I've heard a lot of really successful guys at 10X in Las Vegas. Jimmy John's was there. He created a $1,000 hot dog stand. Then he got into the sandwich business. It's called Jimmy John's Deli. And he sold it, and he's now worth $2 billion. And he said, yeah, about work-life balance is a joke. It's not possible. Then he followed it up with, well, and I missed I wasn't there for my kids, They're all adults. They forgive me now. We're good. We travel the world together. We're good. But you can't get it back. I disagree with that. I think saying that no work-life balance is a cop-out. It's not fair to your kids. Your kids don't want your money. They want your love. Your kids don't want your money. They want your time. How do you spell money? Time. And so I think you got to define when you're going to work and work like a dog. Be very focused because you'll get more done if you give real estate less time. You'll get more done. If you got 18 hours, do it tonight. Work on that at midnight. Because you're willing to pay the price. You're a freaking animal. I certainly did for a long time. And then I learned to have balance. And one of the things that helped me was I made sure, like if your kids are in a jujitsu, be an assistant jujitsu coach. Means you have to learn jujitsu. Or if they're in the volleyball, I coached Little League. I know nothing about baseball, but I coached it. And all the parents would get really pissed at me because I didn't know anything. Well, you guys didn't volunteer to step up. I didn't see any of you volunteer to do practice twice a week and bring the T-ball out. I did, so shut your mouth. You got to be a little high D at some point. Yeah, you want to get out here and help me? Help me. I don't know what I'm doing, but nobody else volunteered. And so I was a soccer coach. And so I did that so I wouldn't miss my kids. I got no regrets. Was I perfect? Absolutely not. But I'm telling you what, I did not miss my 5 kids growing up. And we adopted 3 more. I was there for them. We have 8 now. And so you could do this. So again, what's the one thing that'll move the needle the most in your life this year? So there are 5 major areas of your life. Number 1, write this down, as faith. I'll go quick, then I'll say them again. Number 2 is family. Number 3 is fitness. Number 4 is finance. And number 5 is fun. I'll say it again. I believe there are 5 major areas of your life, and you can break down each one into more depth. But one is faith. You'll be dead lots longer than you'll be alive. The dash. You're born 19 in my case, 66, died, whatever year that is. The dash, what you did in between, right? The choices you make. We are a product of the choices we make. We make great choices. We make poor choices. And then you learn from your bad. It's not that some of you beat yourself up. You make poor choices and you're like, I'm so stupid. I'm done. And you just stay there. Forgive yourself. Go, okay, not again. And you may do it again. Okay, not again. And you may do it one more time, but eventually you're done paying the dumb tax. Write that down. Write this down. I will no longer pay the dumb tax. How do you do that? You get on the 1% Club. You go to EXPCon. You go to Women's with Grit this week in Savannah, Georgia. You go to a Mike Ferry event, and you learn. You meet people that are further down the road, people you respect. I remember at Remax, I was selling 40 plus homes a year, making almost 400,000 a year. And there was a couple that was working for Remax. They were selling almost 200. I was working 60 hours a week, selling 40. How do they sell almost 200? I think it was 178 homes a year. And the stars were selling 60 or 70. And there's one couple selling 170. I'm like, what do they know? And I actually went and interviewed with them because I'm going to go work for them. I'm going to go work for them. I'm going to go get around the most successful. But when I met with him, it wasn't a cultural fit. Every other word out of his mouth was effing this and effing that. And I found out later, been thrown out of every title and escrow company in Sacramento, California. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be around that, because you will become like people you hang out with. It was, even though the success was there financially, the human being this person was, I don't want to be like, well, you're judging him. Yep, I judged him. I did not want to be like that. So I decided not to go to work for him. And I chose a different role model to model my business after, Craig Proctor, number one Remax agent in the world. And I learned from Craig how to leverage, how to market, how to build a team, how to leverage, how to market, how to build a team, and kick in a database and all these things. And so I did those things. And guess what? It worked. So here are the 5 areas again. I told you I'd read them slower. Faith. In my opinion, it's the most important thing. So number 2 is family. And now I break that down. You can break them down. Like for family, I think that your wife should be the most important person in the family, not your kids. And if you're married, I think your husband is more important than the kids. Me personally, shoot me, whatever. But I think your kids seeing mom and dad doing this and being in sync, and you got each other's backs, and then the kids. I mean, a lot of couples where the kids are numero uno, they go off to college, it's empty nest, and they get divorced. And I think that's terrible. I think that you figuring it out, you fighting for your marriage, going to couples retreats, reading books on relationships, getting counseling. It's like, well, it's hard. Of course it's hard. Anything worth fighting for is hard, you guys. It's worth it. And so, you fight for your faith. What are you going to do there to move the needle? So what's the one thing you can do in your faith this year? Well, I never read my Bible. Maybe you go read your Bible. Well, I read my Bible. I just kind of go through the motions. Well, maybe get in a Bible study with other women or other men or other couples or other young people or old people or whatever your deal is, and ask questions. What does this mean? And really pursue that. And because it just doesn't happen. Have you found that you're just totally got a 6-pack and you're ripped because you occasionally eat healthy food and drink lots of water and exercise? No, it's being very purposeful and intentional. So you got your faith, you got your family, you got your fitness. Do you care about that? Is that important to you at all? I got sick when I got back after being on the road for a week after Cabo, and I was wiped out horizontal. I got really sick. And then I was so fired up that I was feeling better. I went for an hour, exercise, and I popped my Achilles heel, and I've been horizontal for weeks. So I've done absolutely nothing for 2 weeks, and it sucked. But you know what? If you don't have your health, what good is your wealth? And so, your health is super, super important. And then after, so faith, family, fitness is finance. That's where EXP comes in. EXP doesn't go ahead of your faith. It doesn't go ahead of your family. It doesn't go, well, how am I going to get anything done? I got to make a living. First things first, the big rocks. I put faith in my calendar first. Then I put Kathy second. Then I put the kids third. And then I put my fitness in there after that, right? And then I do Then the business gets what's left over. Don't give the business your first fruits. Don't give the business your best and come home exhausted and give your family grumpy old tired Brent Gove. They need to see an amazing Julie Fish. They need to see a really cool Craig Nash show up. Somebody's got energy for the family. Not here's what I got, and you just guys need to leave me alone because I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I kicked the dog, kicked the cat. I'm tired. I had a rough day at work. Not a strong leader. Not a strong leader. And then, of course, after your finances is fun. All work and no play will burn you out. So what do you do? Have you ever asked us, what do I really enjoy? Man, tell you the truth, I just like to go for a walk. Go for a walk every day. I love golf. I don't golf every day. But what are some things you can do that you really enjoy? Macrame? I'm like, macrame, what's that? If you're smiling, you're old. Hey, no offense, I'm smiling too, right? All the new people are like, macrame, what's that? You're old, you don't know what macrame is. But here's the deal. Kite surfing, hiking, there's so many enjoyable things you could do that just, I love this. I like planting trees. I like planting flowers. I like hot yoga. I like Kathy and I loved a sauna and cold plunge, and we just found a new wellness place here in Palmas. We've been thinking about opening a business just so we can have, red light, lead beds and magnetism and saunas and cold plunge. We like the way we feel. Well, they just opened one that someone finally did. I'm like, thank heavens. That really, cost you $100,000 easy. Then you got to hire people. Listen, but run a whole business just so we can do all the things we like. Well, they just opened it. So we're going to literally went there yesterday. We're going to go sign up today, and we're going to start going all the time because we like that. So, and then here's what you do. Once you identify the one thing. So everybody right now, you should have 5 things written down on a piece of paper: faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun. Hope you all did this. So we're going to take 1 minute, and we're just going to kind of run through and just quickly write down the first thing that comes to your mind in the area of faith. Like, we'll do faith first. Ready? 30 seconds. What could you do in faith that, I'd feel better with my relationship with God? Write it down. Okay. And if you get stumped, finish that later. Okay. We're going to go into family. If you're married, start with your husband or your wife. What's the one thing you could do to rock your wife's world? Like, she would love it, and she would love it. Or your husband's world. Like, what is it that that would be really good? Write down. I'm going to think about it right now too. I admit I was a little stumped on that one. You think, you say to be good to your wife, and you say, I'm doing a lot. We're actually, we read the Bible together. We pray together. We go on walks together. We go on dates 2-3 times a week. So I was a little stumped because I'm pretty awesome in that area. You know what I mean? Not being cocky, but hey, it is what it is. If you're awesome, you're awesome. But I thought, what more can I do? And I'm kidding, I'm joking, but because I'm doing a lot, I was like, what else could I do? And I came up with serve her more. Just go out of my ways to serve her more. That was what came to mind there. And I am reading the Bible, but I put just read the Bible more, and then define what more is. Like, define it. You got to drill down, like, be better person. Like, what does that even mean? So you gotta, it's a wandering generality answer is what it is. But just right. So fitness, how about fitness? What could you do? And I'll give you something. I went to Tony Robbins, the last UPW. They said, if you just go in any direction from your house, set the clock right here. You all have one of these. So you go to your thing, you hit the clock button. There's the little clock button. And then you hit stopwatch. Now I got a stopwatch, and you hit start. There it is. See that? You walk 7.5 minutes in any direction from your house, your apartment, your condo, wherever you live. 7.5 minutes, any direction. Walk at a nice solid pace. You don't even have to jog. 7.5 minutes back. You do that every day. It'll radically improve your health. Not sort of a little bit. 15-minute walk a day or more will radically improve your blood glucose levels, create endorphins, do so many good things for you. 7.5 minutes, any direction. In fact, just do that every day, without fail. Go for a walk. After a meal is a great time to do it. After a meal, especially. And if you can go for a walk after every meal, I do it at the office sometimes. in Northern California, I'll go walking out to the parking lot. I have a better day when you're moving. Sitting is the new smoking. So just walking more, but we do an hour every day now. So finance, like what's the one thing you could do in finance this year? Doge is a popular term, but I use it a different way. It's called the Department of Gove Efficiency. It happens to match the letters. So I'm taking it. Some of you hate Doge, whatever. I think 80% of America loves Doge, 20% hates it, whatever. I'm not there to say whatever, but I know this. I run my business, my family, my personal finances in the black. The Gove family does not spend more than it makes. We actually save money and we invest money, and that's a responsible thing to do as a family. We have contingency funds. And same thing with my business. My business does not consume all the money it makes. It doesn't spend, not only some of you consume all the money you make, plus you spend more and you go into debt on credit cards. I am highly aware of every single dollar. We actually have a program called Every Dollar on my phone. It's an app. We downloaded it and we're able to look at exactly what we're doing on every dollar every day. So if you're going to spend money, you look at it and go, okay, does this make sense for what we are doing right now? And of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Let me type it in here. But Every Dollar, there it is. So it's the Every Dollar app, and basically it's through David Ramsey. Go to Apple. In fact, where's Matthew Stewart? I knew it. I go look for him. He's going, yeah. So Matthew, the Every Dollar app, you can download it from the Apple Store and then give them like a 60-second summary of what that does. You better know where your dollars are going, or they just fall right through your fingers.
Yeah. So whether you love Dave Ramsey, hate Dave Ramsey, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a really amazing app. In fact, Brent used to mock Dave Ramsey all the time.
No, I still don't like him.
But it was Lexi and I said, you got to download this app,
right.
brother.
He's right on a lot of his financial things.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's a lime green looking square with 3 little white dollars. It's really great. It's a zero-based budget. So you're required to spend all the money that comes into your household every month. Now, you guys are probably going, what? So let me define what that means. So every dollar needs to have a name, needs to have a place where it's going. Okay. So whether you have it earmarked for savings or investments or whatever, that's you directing it where it goes. And most people have more month than money, rather than more money than month. And the money controls them as opposed to them controlling and directing their money and their investments and where it goes. So what you're hearing Brent model is he really did an about face shift, because he was normally quite a spender. And he's like, hey, nope, making major changes. And he's implemented, he's an action taker. So downloaded the app, and they basically spend all of their money down to zero, and they know exactly where their money is going. And that's the beauty of the app, is you look at it and you're like, oh, we got this much set aside for college, for our kids for college. We got this for this and and it helps you build out the categories. It's really phenomenal. It's called Every Dollar.
Yep. And then you combine it with this book, Profit First, and you decide how much money you want to make. And you instead of going, I made $2 million. So you made $2 million? Well, no, I didn't make $2 million. I earned $2 million. But what did you net? It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Oh, I made $150,000. I netted $150,000. Okay. You didn't make $250,000. People are crazy, right? They make X, but what did you really make? You made what your tax return shows, right? And so this book is a phenomenal book, but
that's what it looks like. Just for those curious, that's what it looks like.
Right, 3 little dollar bills there, every dollar.
Yeah.
Download that sucker. You will never improve. You'll continue to pay the dumb tax the rest of your life. What you don't know won't kill you. Yes, it will. What you don't know will kill you dead. What you don't know will destroy your finances. So study it. Go after it. And then, so finance, it could be download Every Dollar. It's not that you don't make enough money. It's you don't have a plan for your money. Ooh, how's that? Is that good? Is that good one, Matthew?
That's good. Yeah.
I'm feeling it, right? And so, and the time to fix it is when you don't need fixing. I knew I was spending way too much money, because sometimes you're like, I can afford this, but it doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So a year and a half ago, I started doing that. And guess what I'm doing? I'm meeting again with my CFO. I'm like, well, you have a CFO, you could do it. I got all the information. I went through and go, don't need this, don't need this. I could do half of this. I let 3 employees go a year and a half ago. Didn't have to let them go, but I really didn't need them. And it was just, I hired them years earlier, and it just, they just kind of were still there. And I was holding them back from their future. And you think, well, that's a convenient thing to say, Brent. Well, God closes one door and opens another, but sometimes you just stay in a miserable situation just because. And so I said, hey, look, go in a new direction here. You can have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. You tell me how much longer you want to work for me. 3 months, 9 months, 6 months, you pick. I'm going to give you a nice long runway to find something new. But, this is just, we no longer need this. And I ran my business and my personal finances efficiently. There's a lot of peace in that. That's all I can tell you is because over the last few years, the market has been cut in half. So my income has been cut in half. I have no financial worries. Well, that's because you make a lot of money. You need to learn how to live on less. Your income, it's called revenue share. If revenues are cut in half, my income got cut in half. I'm not a victim. I'm out there running my business. But what I did was I made sure that I do not spend more than I make, and I may spend less than I make, and I invest the rest and give. I'm able to give and support many things. Even now, people ask me every single day, sometimes every week, to support things. And I rarely say no. I'm always giving something, and to support things because I am in a position to do that. And so I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you. So what's the one thing in faith, family, fitness, finance, and then finally fun? What are you going to do? I know Clark loves to ride motorcycles. Maybe he's like, I'm going to go out and ride motorcycles at Laguna Niguel or Laguna Seca on the weekends or every other week, or I'm going to go fishing. Frank loves to smoke cigars and sit around with his buddies, being Vincent St. Louis being one of them on here. And I don't know if I still see Vincent, but I know there he is. Yeah, there's Vincent and Frank. That's something Frank really enjoys. And he's a passionate golfer. And one of the things I love to do is take Frank golfing because I know how much he loves it. It makes me happy. Right, Frank? Have we had some good memories? Yes, we have. And so, do you create magical moments for people? So what's the one thing you could do that's fun that can also be a blessing for people? My wife turned 60 in July. So I planned she only turned 60 once, right? I am not failing. I have failed on my wife's birthday before. I got a little bit of like, I got trouble. I didn't quite do when she turned 50. I did not put on a good enough show for her when she turned 50. She went all out for me. And I did this really nice thing, but everyone was dressed nice. And I think they buried me in a coffin and did some crazy stuff when I turned 50, over the hill. She was not nice to me. They played Phantom of the Opera. They put Rip, Rest in Peace on my thing and I think they actually handcuffed me and put a bag over my head, leaving Ruth Chris, and stuffed me in the back of a van. People with hoodies with eyes in it. They look like, the police were called. It was like, what would you do if you saw someone get stuffed in the back of a van? And right before it happened, she goes, babe, don't freak out. I'm like, what are you talking about? We just had this beautiful dinner, Ruth Chris steak, a little filet mignon, maybe a glass of red wine, just her and I. We're going to have this quiet evening. I'm turning 50. She goes, honey, just sweetheart, just please, whatever happens next, don't freak out. Just go with it, will you? I'm like, what are you talking about? Boom, bag over my head. I get shoved up against the thing, taser by my neck. They didn't tase me. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? They handcuffed me, throw me in the back of a van, and drove off, burning the tire out of a mall parking lot. Of course, people called the police, and they're chasing them down, and they're like, no, it's just a little fun, little harmless birthday party for B. Gove to his wife. Did I do that to my wife? No, I didn't. But did I get in trouble for not doing something? Yes, I did. So for her 60th, let's just say I'm coming through, and it's going to be awesome. And I'll just say that, and it's going to be fun. And anyways, I can't.
Brent, details.
I know I'm dying to say. Trust me, I'm dying. Well, you'll have to hear about it. It's in July, so you'll have to hear. But it's going to last like 6 days, not 3 hours. So, she's right here. Shh, nobody say anything. She just walked in. Hi, honey. Just talking to a few of my friends. Come over here and say hi. Come say hi. Oh, she fixed her hair real quick. Doesn't she look pretty?
Hi, everyone.
Show them your nails. She just did your nails.
No,
Did your nails?
toes.
Oh, your toes.
Well, you can see
She did her toes. They're pink and they're beautiful. They look super cute.
Is this the 1% club?
This is the 1% club.
These are the cut above people.
Yes, but we were not talking about your birthday this summer. We were not. Nothing.
Hey.
Nobody. Who knows? Shake your head. Do you guys know anything about our birthday? Everyone shake your head. No. See, look, they don't know anything. They know nothing.
Sorry.
Their lips are sealed. It's going to be good. They did know that you had me abducted for my 50th. They know about that. It's we're kind of weird. Okay.
Hey, that was a fun birthday.
Yep. Oh yeah, fun for you. Anyways,
you guys have fun.
All right.
Share it up.
I ended up at a Casino Royale party where everyone was in tuxedos and it was all fake, but you could hire casino people to deal and play craps, and they had food and drink, and I think they had a couple hundred people there, and they brought me in, and everyone was quiet. Then they ripped the bag off, and everyone cheered and sang me happy birthday, and they finally took the handcuffs off me. But I'm telling you, when you've had a taser right by your neck on, and you see the power of 50,000 volts, I'm like, do not, whoever you are, don't tase me, because I will get out of these handcuffs and kill you. Like, it is intimidating. This my normal niceness. I'm like, I swear, if you put that thing on me, you're going down. Whoever. And anyways, it was fun.
And you're a big guy. Like, it had to be a multiple guy taking you down.
Multiple big guys. They were hired to abduct me. It was fun. I'm really glad she told me whatever happens next, just go with it. Now, of course, I use that all the time now for the last 10 years. I take her out on dates, babe, whatever happens next, just but awesome. She's like, no. I go, hey, you said it to me. I use it all the time now. It's really fun. Okay. So we're going to end with this today. So basically, I know I'm a little over, sorry, but she walked through the door. So there's 3 last things to focus on. Once you decide that, hey, here's the one thing I'm doing with my family, the one thing I'm doing with my faith, the one thing I'm doing with my fitness, finances, and fun. Here are the 1 things. Then you, number 1, 3 things, and wrapping this up, take massive action. Don't play around. This is your life we're talking about. Like, how do you want to have an okay marriage, an okay financial situation, okay thing with faith? Yeah, there's God. I don't know. I pray. I don't feel anything there. It's like, are you close to your daughter? No, we don't talk a lot, and we're not. It's not. It could be better. Well, it's the same thing. What makes it? Spending time with your daughter, spending time with your teen. Well, they don't really want to talk to me. You got to pursue it, and if you pursue it, and God says you take 3 steps towards Him, He'll take 10 towards you. But you got to pursue your family. You got to pursue your spouse, your kids, and you got to pursue God, and it'll blossom. It'll blossom, and so. But take massive action. That's number 1. Number 2, be radically positive. Speak life. Do not, when you catch yourself, oh, I'm positive. Are you? It's not, and the Bible says that the tongue has the power of life and death, but also your mind. Like, you are a saboteur. Like, you may say this, but in your mind, you're thinking that. You say this, but in the mind where nobody can hear you, you say, I'm fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too tall, I'm too short, my nose looks funny, I have weird cheekbones, I got a pointy jaw, I got a double chin, I can't speak, I locked up, I'm stupid, why do I say stupid things? You're like a saboteur. It's really, you should speak it. Speak life. The tongue has the power of life and death. And that's mainly for other people. You can lift people up or tear them down with your tongue. Adolf Hitler used his tongue, power of being an orator, for death and destruction, right? Martin Luther King used his tongue for lifting up people for life and goodness and love. You can use it either way, but your thoughts, that's where it is. It all takes place here where we can't hear. What are you saying to you? Write this one down. This is free. It wasn't a part of my notes, but self-loathing, which is most people's problem, never served the world. It never saved the world. It never serves the world. It's impossible to be a self-loather and love other people because you're so full of self-hatred, and you become self-absorbed, and you become narcissistic, and you become, what's the word? You lack confidence. People who hate themselves are very insecure. You're insecure. You want to become secure in who you are, comfortable in your own flesh. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but you got to love yourself, flaws and all. You don't look like some supermodel. I don't look like a movie star guy, but I'm me, and I'm okay being me, because me is a loving hombre. Now, do I make mistakes and say things that are unloving sometimes? Sure. It's the exception, not the rule. I wish I could say, got it, perfect, never say anything that's rude, unkind. Yeah, probably shouldn't have said that. Probably shouldn't have done that. I need to go apologize. Go apologize. I'm sorry. I was wrong. People love that when you can humble yourself. Humble's a good place to live. So number one, take massive action. Number two, be radically positive between your ears with yourself when you're alone. Stop being a saboteur. I'm looking at every one of you right now. Felicia, Clark, Julie Fish, Craig Nash, Lori Allen, Tom Costello, Raina, Charlene, Carmen Zhu, Jacqueline. Hey, Jacqueline. Hi, Susan, Jim Fury, Vincent, Wendy Goss. I mean, I go around. I'm just grabbing a few, but I'm looking at all of you. Look at me. I'm looking at you. And I think you guys are freaking amazing. I mean, I think you're beautiful, incredible, perfect, just the way God made you. And I realize maybe you want to lose a few pounds like I do. Maybe my teeth were discolored for 50 years of my life, and I went and fixed my teeth, and maybe you need some dental work. You can go do that. That could be a dream that you can achieve. I spent $19,000 on my teeth. I'd spend it on the kids forever till Rob Flick says, hey, go. It's okay, man. Go spend some money on your teeth. It's all right. You make enough money now. Go fix your teeth. And I did. I didn't think it was important, but tell you the truth, I'm really enjoying my smile now. I appreciate it. And I look at my old smiles and my new ones. I'm like, yeah, I like this. I like having whiter teeth and I had tetracycline stains. I'm allergic to penicillin, and my teeth were coming in, and my teeth were dark. And so, I'm grateful for that. So radically positive. And then the third thing, and we'll end up with this, is focus. Focus. Your ability to focus. Your ability to make a list and to, like this, like my Cabo frontline list, and to go check, and check it off, and text, call, and do it. And I had 23 legs there. I'm already completely working on next year right now. I'm already completely focused on Cabo 26. I want 40 legs there, because I want to impact them. People that were in Cabo were impacted. They were running through brick walls. And it's not one Cabo event will change you. It's going to EXPCon. It's going to Cabo. It's going with Girls with Grit this weekend in Savannah. I won't be there, but my wife will be there. I've been to 10X Women before with Grant Cardone, sat in the back. There are 800 women and maybe 80 dudes there, whatever. I sat in the back. These women were powerful. I took notes and learned a lot from them. They allow men to be there. I had so many women that are a part of the Women's Council of Realtors that I joined the women. They'll let men join. I joined the Women's Council of Realtors. Taffy Maurer, she's amazing. She wanted to become the head person for the state of California for WCR, Women's Council of Realtors. And I helped Kathy get a real estate license and taught her how to do real estate. And so I go to NAHREP, National Association of Hispanic. I'm not Hispanic. I go to ARIA, Association of ARIA is for Asian real estate agents. I'm not Asian, but I would go and support ARIA. I think I was a member of NAHREP, ARIA, WCR. I would go to the local board. I'm just a learning-based student of life kind of person. When you're done learning, just pack it in. You're going to get past in this business. So I hope you found today's 1% Club helpful. You might want to listen to it 2 or 3 times. We're going to start up with Mastering Sales with Brent Gove in the next 3 minutes. So if you want to stick around, great. I know I went a little over, but I've missed you guys because I was so sick. And I spent a few weeks after Cabo, but I'm back. I'm healthy. I can walk better now. My foot's getting better, and I'm kind of limping around, but hey, it feels better. All right, love you guys. We'll start in 3 minutes. Mastering Sales. If you got to bounce. We'll see you. Be good. Bye.